fly to a different country.
Well, welcome in. Little shaky start there. Sorry, caught me trying to get to flight plan and squawk in before y'all came on. Well, we're here. We're in St. Louis. we're getting ready to fly the ToLiss A319. See if I can get a better shot of it. Get that jetway out of the way. That's a little better. So, taking on catering goods and such as we prepare to depart for Dallas Fort Worth, American Airlines home. So, hope y'all enjoy. Hope y'all had fun on the flight prior, the last recorded flight, Frankfurt to Vienna. Wow, that was just still shaking my head at it. It was just a lot going on. I tried to get a whole bunch of things set up ahead of time with that LTN. Failed because they switched the runway in Vienna. Then as I get ready to push back, Frankfurt switched my departure. And yeah, that with the LTN, that makes it a little harder. With FMCs and McDo's, that's a piece of cake change. Just got to rebrief it. But to put it into an INS or an LTN, oh my gosh. It's almost literally a reroute, a total reroute. So, and I've heard that so many times at the old airport I worked at with the military. Yeah, we got a full reroute for you. So stand by to copy. I'm like, So anyway, we're not going to have hopefully that problem today. We're departing St. Louis under the, I believe it's Star Sims scenery. And we'll just kind of have an outer body experience here and get the drone going. And they've done a real good job of recreating St. Louis today. I've said this a couple of hundred times on streams. I really wish someone would come out with the option to go to this modern look to Lambert or to the day of TWA when there were jetways all the way down that far side, jetways all the way down and around this one in the foreground. And hang on, let's just keep swinging around. And Embria's here with, I think they had jetways. Don't quote me on that. They may not have. And turboprops on the other ramp on the other side. And of course, Delta, Northwest, US Air, America West United, all on that last wing way down there. And in the far background there were F-15s when the Air National Guard was here. That would be so awesome. But the Star Sims did a great job. There's the old Boeing facilities. Now GoJet runs that. Over here's the new Boeing, and then Cargo City's back in the background there. So, I mean, overall, a great airport. Very bleached look to it. I don't know why. In air, it's even worse. So, hang on, let me give you another example. As you look past the tower, you can kind of see something going off in the distance. That's runway 2911. See how bleached that is? That's what I can't figure out what's going on here. Now, this was created at the, as 2011 was kind of closing out and 2012 was firing up. So I had a feeling we'd have some issues, and I didn't expect it to be like that. Now, this rail elevated here, that's the Metrolink here in town. And X-Plane 11, you could actually see a train every so often working it like the real one does, but not anymore. I don't know what I did or what possibly X-Plane 12 has done. And to add insult to injury, the X-Plane 11 version no longer works. Are you telling me we're going to get a freight train? Oh, no, it's going away. I was going to say, yeah. It very well could be, though. I wouldn't put it past. All right, let's get in the cockpit. We've wasted enough of your time. Let's get going here. We like to start off with Sim Toolkit, just so we get a kind of a bird's eye view of what we're doing here. I'm getting another one set up, Elevatech. We'll do that to put it where we need to be. We're in Charlotte 12, and the aircraft is November 830 Alpha Whiskey. Okay, we got that in. Okay, and right now we do have a center up for Dallas. I don't know if they have a fly-in or something going on. Who knows? Looks like a lot of traffic. But anyway, back to Sim Toolkit, which now you can see. Today's loadout is going to be the 95 peeps, 21,280 pounds, and somewhere around 15,216 pounds of jet fuel to take us there. Cost index 60, we're going to plan 12 right for departure. And 13, I think we're going to probably hit 17, maybe 1/8 instead. I don't like using the side runways unless it's absolutely, needed. Flight level 380, that's possible. We'll see. Weather here, quite muggy, broken at 31,000 or 3,100. Winds are 100 at 5 knots. So 12s are a good bet. I got a feeling they're going to want, no, 12s would be right. That would be right. They're not going to taxi you to runway 11. Over in Dallas, the winds are 250 at 8. Why would 13 even be thought of? Oh, it's even better. Yeah, I guess they could do the 17s and 1/8s. Simulated parallel traffic departing runways 17 right and left in Dallas. I'm assuming, I don't know. We'll find out here shortly. So 250 at 8, definitely not doing this 13 stuff. 17, we'll see where our gate is going to be and see if we can't sequence over towards it. All right, so there's the flight. Basically, the January 6th departure to Maple. I think it's Maple. I shouldn't say that. That could be way wrong. But anyway, to Map, and then Tulsa, and then on the KLAWW, and then Victory to Arrival. That could change also, so we'll see how that works. Matter of fact, I'm bringing it in over here. I want to get the ATIS. All right, arrivals.
CC79 at the go down.
Oh, our dispatcher is in the area telling you're only off by what, folks? A half hour, 45 minutes best when we did a go around over in Vienna. Welcome aboard, Bad Attitude. Glad to have you in. Hang on a second. All right, heard something weird. Bad Attitude's asking, do I need assistance building a route due to tropical storm? There's a tropical storm down there? We'll have to investigate. Scan out. I don't see any signs of when I see a lot of rain. Oh, sorry, thunderstorm. I mean, literally the horribleness of the weather down there, you could think there was one. Um, oh, they abbreviate thunderstorm TS. Now it makes sense perfectly. I get it. But no, with the horrendous rains that happened in Texas, really wouldn't be surprised if it was attributed to something tropical. So, anyway, let's get this thing on the road. And by the way, we are on VATSIM. Let's just make sure nobody decided they liked my spot as much as I do. Man, I really wish we could figure out how to turn the bleaching down on this one. All right, so let's get to work with it, shall we? First thing I'm going to always do is come down here, click mechanical, back out, go to the fuel page, and we're going to input the fuel. I was going to say, we are not putting 58,000 pounds in this plane. Alternate today is Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. We'll put 15.4 on request. There's the fuel truck coming. Next up, cargo load of 0. We'll go ahead with it for now. Simbury factors in, most of the cargo is baggage. So they factor that in the weights they use for people, which I think is still way off on people. Tragic crash happened in Charlotte over that same issue. And I don't know if that's ever truly been fixed. And I don't think people would like the fix. What happened is the plane, from what I understand, was not overweight, just the weight in the small turboprop Beech 1900 Delta, very commonly used, was aft. The CG limit was aft, and they should have moved some people forward. Far as I remember, it was not over gross, but it just basically tail down, nose high, and they couldn't control it. So if I remember it properly, I may be totally off. Oh, it was overweight. Okay, I wasn't sure. I had a feeling Bad Attitude knows a little bit about that, so let's see here. He say knowing the flight was overweight and way over gross. Okay, because I know there was one person, if they had moved forward, would have helped alleviate some of their problem. That's why I wasn't sure of the over gross. Anyway, it was supposed to lead to change, and from what I understand, really never did. So hopefully, other things are in place, changes that we just don't see, that help alleviate the tragedy there in Charlotte. All right, let's see. We've got the aircraft loading. We got the batteries up here on. Fuel pumps off. External power on. Captain Purser switch on. You know, I will give the A330-900 a good plug here. I like the fact that you only have one test button for the APU, which we have here, but one test button for both engine 1, engine 2. And the cargo smoke alarm works good too. All right, working our way down. Let's see how we're doing on the fuel. They should be breaking away here any minute. Okay, APU master switch on. Wait on the flap open, and then we'll start it and continue on. All right, there's flap open. Okay, let's continue on. All right, downstairs here to the center console. Let's first make sure the throttles are on, master switches both off, mode selector normal, and we'll get some of the radar started. And we have the transponder and exponder. Okay, spoilers down, flaps are up, doors unlocked, parking brake set. Gear lever down, 3 green, and up top here, we're just now waiting on it. To be available. Probe heats off, APU bleed on. And I'm just going to see how the cabin's looking. Oh yeah, we need to get it cooled. All right, and generator fault lights are on. External power can now come off. Okay, and by the way, we'll kick these guys out. All right, and they're on their way. Let's get up here. Now, what I did here is move the display selector to status. We'll turn our IRS on, ADIRS. On bat check for 1, good. On bat check for IR2, good. And number 3 is good. All right, we'll go ahead and clear. Go to, so we have till the 6th of August to our next update. Init request. All right, hang on a second here. I'll relay what Bad Attitude put out here. So when they dispatch, do their planning to dispatch plane out for weights, We do all mails with 1 bag per passenger now. The crew use real weights of average for each passenger. Type kids, mail, etc. So for flight planning purposes, it's way more restrictive than what they will actually get. Okay, cool. I really didn't know. I know there were some talk of what was coming. I just didn't know if it would ever be implemented. And some of it is even being aimed at the main airlines. So we'll see how that all transpires, as he says. All right, let's hang on a second. Let me bring charts in here. Great program if you don't have it, folks. I can go here to the chart, taxi, get parking gate, INS. Let's see, C12. All right, so we need it to say 3844.6, 3844.9. That's close, but if you're going to do this, you might as well get it right and not the center of the airport. And 09021.8. Zero 9021.8 west, 3844.6 north. Aligned. So when it gets to 0 here in the screen, it's going to now align here to the gate, or between gate C10 and C12. So it's a much narrower cone of accuracy. So it's more accurate to where you're specifically at. Cost index looks way wrong. Hang on a second. Let me get rid of this. It's 60. I think I'm going to put that in there. I don't think 19 is going to help us with fuel. All right, Tropo looks good. Winds, let's go ahead and get a request in for that. Okay, and return. Now, my checklist does not tell us to do this page just yet, but I do it because we're right at it. Let's go to weight and balance. Actually, we may have to make adjustments. 0 fuel weight for the flight, 111,280. Holy mackerel, we got it right. Huh, how about that one? 28.6, 11.3, I'll take all of those. 15.2. It's where we should be. Where are we in reality? It shows 15.2. That's weird. All right, well, we'll go with it's all showing right, and F plan. All right, so back to charts. Gonna kind of call this segment our pre-brief. I'm gonna bear with me a second here, folks. I think it's this one. Gonna reset from INS to this. There we go. All right, so you can see the route here on charts. You can see the charts we're currently trying to use, which are the taxi charts. These are those charts that you wonder, how did pilots know what to do if ATC wasn't here? These are the charts that would tell them on the taxi and the references. Your star, approach, and SIDS take care of getting you to the airport, to the runway, out of the airport, and out of the area. So anyway, we are parked here. 12 right is the long runway, 11,000 feet. So most likely they're going to put us on Charlie, taxi us all the way to Charlie 1, and away we go. Actually, Charlie, never mind. They got theirs still somehow. I wonder why they got away with it. Anyway, nothing. It's an inside joke with the airport that I used to be at. All right, ATIS real quick. Real world. Real world. This is what's broadcasting right now. ILS 12 left, approach in use, departing 12 right. 11's closed. Why? It doesn't say. Charlie 6 closed. Where's Charlie 6 closed? Ooh, that's a big intersection. So that means they're going to have to come in off Papa and go elsewhere when they arrive. We'll see if the VATSIM guys even check this. All right, so we're looking good for a 12 right departure. Good deal. So let's look at that Janny 6 departure. All right, so we're going to come off the big runway, head to Hefner, Dafus, Travis, on down to Janny, and then we'll take it from there to Maples. I was right. Okay. Wasn't 100% sure. Departing 12 right. Janny 6. This one's the actual easier of the two. Transition. When you get into the ILSs and all of that, it gets a little more complex, which we're about to do. So temporary insert, we'll go to plan real quick. Okay, reason I do this, maybe we can, let's see, will it come up in front? Yeah, it will if I do that. Okay. What we're going to do is if you're in a Boeing, you know, you click step when you're in map mode and you can step through. I highly recommend doing that. I have caught this where either a discontinuity or something came into play that screwed my flight up big time. Would have even been worse if I was in flight and approaching that fix and now scrambling to put in the right information. So here's what we're going to do. Okay, so we know so Hefner, Dafus, Travis, Janny, Wesco, map. That is perfect. Okay, so that's the termination point for the star. Now we go map to Tulsa to Klon. And we find another discontinuity. Now, some pilots will actually leave that in because maybe the airport will say, would you be open to a different runway? So that's why. So let's click, let's return. What did I click? Oh, I clicked a discontinuity. Arrival. Now, Alpha's here. Here's the interesting thing about Dallas and about Virtual American. You can get the ACARS message for gate now in ToLiss. That's about all. You can't get a lot. We're getting closer and closer with it. So stay tuned. But the aircraft before us went to Alpha 14. So Alpha's here on the 17 side. I'm gonna go and hope for that. Otherwise, we either go this way or this way to get there. So let's look at Dallas real quick here. VATSIM. Arrival 18 right, 17 center, and left. The left is going to be just as bad of a taxi. 1 left center sounds cool to me. All right, so now let's go back to flights. Change our runway to 17 center. We're still on the Victory. That's good. Let's check that real quick. Dallas has a couple of interesting approaches that you've got to be careful with, because some of the approaches are set up for the north ops, but a different approach under the same setup you basically see here, minus the fact you're going to the south end of the airport to come in, south operations. It's a different star. And I got caught at this airport with that. So be very careful. That's why I look right up top here. Okay, everything looks good. We're going to be coming down from KLAWW to Flaunt to Victory and down to Popa and then over and on to our runway. Now, sometimes it will tell you which one. Should expect ILS for runway 18. Well, I might change. What are we on? The Victory to... I may switch this to the 18 right. And then we could possibly have a long taxi. You know, let's play nice for now. They could be nice to us en route. Where's Posse at? Oh, never mind. Eichel. We'll go with that, but I think we'll be more like Yoan. I like to put the whole thing in, and we're going to transition off. Oh, I think I saw it. Nope. The heck is KLAWW? There it is. Insert. Okay. Now, that means I need to... we got everything lined up here. So you see how this is going to work? I wonder if I can get that now. There we go. And that's a much easier hookup. All right. And that's how you can use the charts program to help you get into the airport. Now, back over here, let's examine what we're doing. Okay, hang on. Okay, I'm going to back up to KLAWW. All right, so KLAWW, Gerbil, Bud, Font. Looking good down below Winster, Rebuckle, Kruth, Victory, Z-Man, Fape, and that's where we are right here. Then we go to Eichel. Now this will keep for now. Eichel, Yoan, and let's look at that. Eichel, Yoan, Legri, Netty. There's our runway. There we go out to likes, and we hold at likes. And if we go to our alternate, Zima and then Oklahoma City. Now, technically, I should fill in this information now, but so I don't have to on the go. But hopefully I don't have to. All right, so everything looks good there. Okay, so let's get to work here. Final checks, RadNav, perf. Cool thing is we have a perf calculator right here. 12 right, we're looking at 105 knots. Temperature here 28, pressure 3006, dry runway thankfully, and we'll go with air conditioning on, and we'll go flex 70, perfect. Okay, over here let's hit uplink 1016, wind 100, diagonal 5, and we're looking at 28. Try. Up 100. I know what I did wrong. I don't have to put the temp in. Requesting the data, and then we'll be ready to go. Okay, so it says it's here. Let's take it. Clear. And let's oh, hey, get back here. 129, 129, 133. That's if we go toga. If we go flex, 70, 131, 131, 133, which is what we're going to do. Insert it. I'm not going to worry about thrust and acceleration reductions and engine out. One, I don't think Black Box has any information for St. Louis, so we'll just go with what comes up. All right, so there we go. So currently we're looking at about 7,300 feet of runway. I'll really be shocked if we use that much. Let's get up here and get going. Okay, real quick, strobe, everything's set on the McDo. Let's get up here, go back to position. Okay. Okay, that's all looking good. All right, now we need to set speed LS constraint in case we got to come back. Switch over. And we do not have ATC. Oh, yes, we do. I'm surprised we haven't gotten a pre-departure clearance. 32125. St. Louis approach, American 1363, stand Charlie 12, request clearance to DFW as filed.
Yeah, I wish that they could actually, like, when you're on the ground, like the windshield wipers, like, I wish they could, like, actually take the rain off the windshield.
Hang on a second. St. Louis approach, American 1363. We saw the receive come on. We did not hear you. Got a carrier that time, no voice.
You on the right frequency?
Yep.
Are they on the right frequency?
American,
There he is.
1363, St. Louis approach, you copy now?
We hear you now.
Okay, I've been plugging and unplugging my headset for quite a while, and for some reason I don't have ToLiss running, so clearance on request, standby number 1.
Standing by. While we stand by to stand by.
American 1363, you're cleared to the Detroit DFW, Dallas-Fort Worth. Dallas-Fort Worth Airport by the Haney departure, map transition, that is filed. Maintain 5,000, expect 10,000, 10 minutes after departure. It's been a while since I've been on, that's why I didn't start at center. Sorry about that. Departure frequency is this frequency, squawk 6002.
No problem. If you'd watched our last stream in Europe, it was not that good either. But we're cleared. Dallas Fort Worth via Johnny 6 departure, map transition, 5,000 initial, 380 10 minutes after departure, and 6002 should be in the box.
American 1363, redact is correct. Push and start your discretion. Call for push. You're at an area where you can go into the active. Expect runway 12 right for departure, and I'll get ATIS up here shortly.
All right, 12 right, we'll expect, and we'll call you for push. Americans 1363, and we've been working off the real one here on NavGraph charts. Okay.
St. Louis approach, Southwest 111, with you on the RNAV Zulu for 12 left.
Southwest 111, you're so close to landing, we'll dispense with the radar contact. And wind is 100 at 5, runway 12 left, clear to land.
That's good. I already told you.
Clear to land, Southwest 111.
All right, hang on. Let's get those baggage guys away from my plane. All right, I think we're ready to push. No, we're not. We got to push the call button there. We'll be good to go. We're good there. Okay, so he said initial 5,000. We're set. Landing gear down. Auto brake we'll get in a minute. Anti-skid set. Switching levers 12 o'clock high. We're ready to go as soon as the flight attendants decide to close that door. All right, let's go ahead, help them along. Now, by leaving these in auto when you park at your destination, brakes on, seatbelt sight off, beacon off, it will begin to bring those elements back in, minus caterers. I think it brings the air stairs in if you've got it checked off, which that I do need to check. Yeah, you won't get the back one, obviously. All right. All right, we're ready to push. And mine is being persnickety as well.
Aircraft calling St. Louis approach. Carrier only, no voice. Check your mute.
That was me, American 1363. I got to make sure a switch is thrown in the cockpit. By the way, approach, we're ready for pushback.
American 1368, push and start onto taxiway Charlie is approved, facing northwest. Call for taxi.
Okay, American 1363, push it back, face northwest. We'll call for taxi. American 1363.
Southwest 111,
Beacon.
St. Louis, taxi the gate via, you're at Echo 1, Hotel Charlie, cross runway 12 right at Hotel.
Okay, fuel
Echo
pumps
1,
are on.
Hotel Charlie, cross the runway 12 right on.
You say you have your trees set to low?
Lowest, not lowest, but they're low.
Ground to cockpit. Tow is driving up.
Alpha, try again here, this microphone.
Ground to cockpit. Please show me where you want to go.
Alpha, St. Louis approach. You got me now. Continue descend via the arch to arrival. And let's see.
I try to set my altitude and that ball's not popping next to the
Okay,
number.
all doors and hatches
On
are
the
closed.
Airbus.
Ready to connect.
6, landing 12 left, and we'll continue down on the arch to arrival, American 144 Alpha.
Tow connected and bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake. Starting pushback, and you may start engines.
All right, let's do as the tug said. Well, hello Duluth. Thanks for the raid. Raiders, welcome in all of you. Welcome to Flying with Mike. We thank you so much. Welcome into a stream, sim pilot flies fake aircraft, but enjoys it because he wish he could do the real thing. Been doing this for about 25, 30 years, and just glad to have you all aboard. Welcome in. We're setting up to go to Dallas, Fort Worth, and Kaharia's here. Welcome in. We just came out of your place there in Vienna not too long ago today. Oh yeah, and we caused problems, but that's what do you expect out of me. All right, let's see if he's got that ATIS up yet here. Up, he does. Echo. Got it. Okay, we're good on the first engine start. Let's get number 1 going. Well, we tried runway 34 and had to go around. For some reason, the auto throttle, something did not allow it to slow on the runway. Came back around for 29. So we got to play on both.
Complete. Set parking brake.
Brake set.
Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
All right, let's see here. Once we're done with getting this first engine cranked.
American 144 Alpha, expect the vectors for the visual approach, runway 12 left.
Roger, be visual today for 12 left, American 144, thank you, sir.
Tow is disconnected and bypass pin has been removed. Hand signal will be on the left. We'll see you next time. Have a safe flight.
Awesome. And let's get everything away from my plane so we can get this thing going to the big day.
St. Louis departure, this is Allegiant 1703 at 3,000 feet.
Allegiant 1703, St. Louis departure, radar contact. Climb and maintain flight level 150, and proceed direct Centralia.
Climb to 150, and what was that you wanted me to proceed to? Sorry about that.
Proceed direct Centralia, that's Echo November Lima.
Proceed direct to Centralia.
All right, doors are readied, and let's do our trim. Trim is up 04. All right, we are ready to go. Terrain, well, we'll get terrain radar in a minute. Auto brakes to max. And St. Louis approach, American 1363, ready to taxi 12 right.
American 1363, runway 12 right, taxi via Charlie, cross runway 6 at Charlie.
via Charlie, cross runway 6 on Charlie to 12 right, American 1363. Parking brake off, here we go. Flap set, takeoff normal green.
Legion 1703, you're leaving my airspace to the southeast. Center is offline, radar services are terminated, frequency change approved. Good day.
Yep, have a good one for Legion 1703.
All right. Got our taxi lights on. All right, let's finish this up. We'll get past this terminal before we start turning radars on. Okay, set for 5,000. We're ready to go January 6 when we cross the runway. We'll let them know we'll be ready at the end. Yeah, F-15s used to park back, not here, just up a little bit. And well, they're no longer here. Guess they were there to protect them from the likes of Pan Am. What a rivalry those two had.
American 144 Alpha, descend and maintain 4,000.
4,000, American 144 Alpha.
It's just so whitewashed, and maybe I just need to look at how it's aligned.
American 1363, wind is 100 at 5. RNAV Hefner, runway 12 right, clear for takeoff.
American 1363, RNAV to Hefner, cleared for takeoff, 12 right.
American 144 Alpha, turn left heading 210.
Left turn 210, American 144 Alpha.
After rollout, you'll be about 10 miles from the airport at your 10 o'clock position. Report the airport in sight.
Turn 150, we'll report airport in sight here on the rollout.
Yeah, V1. Rotate.
Yeah, American 144 Alpha's got the airport in sight.
American 144 Alpha, cleared for the visual approach, runway 12 left.
Cleared visual 12 left, American 144 Alpha.
American 1363, radar contact, say altitude.
American 1363 through 2300 for 5,000.
American 1363, climb and maintain 15,000.
We'll continue to 15,000 American 1363.
I really hope I can make it to Boston.
Everyone can. Hey, brown over blue, welcome. What could help with the whitewashing? Let's look back. Try putting the sunglasses on. You know, that's one thing we did not try, but there's a whole lot. You're right, the sunglasses would help, but every other airport I'm fine with except for this one. We'll take a look back and see here in a minute. That's a little better, but not much. Take the oxygen mask off, goofball. I'm recovering, okay? It always puts the oxygen mask on. Ah, it is by. Oh, okay. I didn't know that. I usually don't even worry. Let's see what it looks like, though. Oh, there's the airport. Yeah, it's still a little whitewashed, and there's still some what used to work good and will when you come in for the approach or take off on the departure, the slope of that runway 1129. But yeah, it is.
American 144 Alpha, welcome St. Louis. Taxi to the gate via Echo Hotel Charlie. Cross runway 12 right at Hotel.
Go to the gate, Echo Hotel Charlie, and crossing 2 right at Echo at Hotel.
American 144 Alpha, sorry, you're actually closer to Juliet. So amend your taxi, Echo Juliet.
Roger, Echo Juliet, and then Charlie from there.
offline. Radar services are terminated. Frequency change approved. Good day.
All right, over to Unicom. Thanks for the ATC American 1363. All right, so we're on our way to DFW. Let's find out how far away we are. Uh, sorry about that. It appears that the data ref for the oxygen mask always showing tied to the crew oxygen supply button. So if I turn off crew supply, it should take it out. Oh, this weather. All right, let's get the spoilers unarmed. All right, we'll get them out selling some beverages so we can make some money on this short hop. But welcome aboard St. Louis to Dallas. Dallas will be default scenery. And at the rate that whitewashing is with St. Louis, that could go back to default too, which will really, I mean, they did such a great job on the terminals. I just wish there was a way to get the ramps and all to look better. But, you know, I'm not a designer, and I'll be honest, this cracks me up. Got a phone message from Comcast. They're going to give me a 50% discount on my monthly bill. I'm not with Comcast. So funny to see those. Just so funny. And I never was. That's the other hilarious part to it. All right. Just working here, getting some things back in order so that I don't miss messages. But we got a 1 hour ETA through 26,000. Not bad. Let's just kind of look ahead. We've lost ATC down in Dallas. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? Dang it. I forgot to get my gate assignment set up so I would receive it in flight. Oh, well. Oh, well. We'll just have to go to gate A14 anyway. So, anyway, we're on our way. We are looking back. Ooh, what was that? Oh, I thought I saw something. Oh, I see what I saw. So, I hope you enjoyed that ground time in St. Louis as we take the American Airlines November 830 Alpha Whiskey out for a spin today. Head on over to the Big D. And then we're going to wrap it up for today, and probably for most of this week till maybe Friday-ish, where we may be able to get back in the air, unless, you know, there's a window of opportunity in between. Oh, Winston. All right, well, we're climbing out. We should be able to turn the seatbelt sign off here shortly and be on the ground in Dallas in an hour. Well, so far so good. The weather looks pretty decent around us. First day in about a week, but that's okay. You know, there'll be a day coming soon when the faucet will turn off and we have to wait until harvest until we see rain again. So, I mean, that's a good thing that they're getting a lot of good rain into that crop. Coming up on Maples, then direct Tulsa. Well, I hope everyone had a fantastic weekend. Yeah, we're back to work. I know. I go back tomorrow. And hope you all enjoyed, got a bit of a breather before having to go back. So hope you enjoyed, had great time, great memories over the weekend, and hope you all can endure the week, because the weekend is only 4 days away for many.
USA 79 at the go well.
Oh boy, here comes the Manny. Welcome aboard, sir. Again, like Kaharia, y'all missed it. I already did the go around. It was in Vienna today. Welcome in. Oh, thank you, sir. Or ma'am. Should be. Gotta be, you never know. Oh, and by the way, those who are curious, like I was, next week kicks off Oshkosh. Real world, not flight sim, but I'm sure there'll be stuff on the flight sim. Don't get me wrong. But yeah, it kicks off next week. So grab your little plane, head up to Oshkosh, and enjoy a great air show. Starts the 21st through Sunday, whatever that is, or Saturday. Oh, it said 26. Great time up there, I've heard. I've never been. I've been to the town. It's a nice little town to start with, but I've never been to the air show. And if you wait an extra week, you'll get to see snow start. Oh, did I say that out loud for people up north? Yeah, I've only got to experience Oshkosh in people's pictures. And it looks, I just can't imagine. One, I've watched a couple videos, real world, and the flight sim world trying to recreate the real world. And that is a place that is a trip to watch all that light aircraft land, all the general aviation pilots coming in and the procedures and all. Oh, man. But like I said, I've only gotten to enjoy it via YouTube and pictures from friends of mine who have ventured to the Oshkosh adventure.
Dive.
Not over our target
Dive,
yet for that Mr. Manny or Mrs. Manny. All right, we got 50 minutes to Dallas, Fort Worth. I'll be honest, the one time, well, I've actually flown this a couple times in the real world. But the last time was Dallas back to St. Louis. It seemed to go a lot quicker. And now, granted, I think we're going a little further west to come back east, but it just seemed to be a quick up and down, like Chicago. Going from St. Louis to Chicago, we just went up and came right back down and landed. We dived, just like Here Comes the Man, he says. But that too was after a long, not a long flight, but for a 737, you could call it long, Vancouver to Dallas. But wow, that was just a trip that day. Thunderstorms in Dallas. Oh, wait a minute. That's a normal day. Never mind. That's not a trip. Runway change. Sent the fleet to their alternates because they're to resequence. They're out of fuel. Yeah, we delayed because of that. And, oh, yeah. Midnight land basically in St. Louis. Whew. On a trash 80. So, that's how it was and still is. You know, they alternate was for that aircraft coming in Austin. That was a good thing. It's not far away, but still far enough. So, but they got in, thankfully the crew not out of hours and able to continue on. That or they lived in St. Louis and opened their second logbook. I don't know. Oh, wait, that's trucking. That doesn't happen in aviation. Oh, me. All right. Well, I am going to take a quick break here. Since I did not use the restroom when I had the opportunity on the ground here in back in St. Louis, and we'll just take a quick respite here as I go use the restroom, and we'll get ready for the approach into Dallas. No ATC at the moment. We'll find out if that holds true or not. All right, we're back with you folks. All right, trying to get the aircraft a little lower on the noise. All right, so looking at the clock, about 40 minutes to go to the airport. Still no ATC returning. My guess they had something going on earlier. That's okay. We'll get in there, do our business, and we're going to call it the day there. I hope you've all enjoyed that flight, which will be getting posted later tonight to Vienna. You know, you think you have everything ready to go when you're using something like SIVA or the LTN, and then they decide to change everything on you. Yeah. Yeah. Oh well. Shows to sometimes not get that far into planning, or get that clearance earlier so then you know what you're doing. I forget how early you can get a clearance to push back, because I know I've seen it, heard it quite as much as 30 to 45 minutes before. So I don't know. Definitely gives you a good chance if you get a reroute, huh? Like we did, basically. But we got to Vienna after a go-around. Actually got to use all the runways there. Don't know which one I like better. Almost looks like they could really come up with a rivers approach there too, but not as dramatic as Washington. If you follow that, is it the Rhine? I think it is down there. Yeah, you could turn right onto final for 1-6. So would be an interesting setup there. But we otherwise we had a good, and actually when you think about it though, you've got another country on the other side of that river, so you could kind of, you know, make an approach like that. Obviously they have things set up in place with the two countries. That's not a problem. But that was fun in Vienna, and then we're on the St. Louis to Dallas Fort Worth shuttle. Get on in here to Dallas, and then we'll start looking for something unique out of here. I'm looking at a couple of different airframes to think about taking out of Dallas. We'll kind of see how that transpires. All right, let's get in here, see where top of descent is. Got about 280 miles. And let me take a look at this on the Victory. So 26,000 by font. Let me just kind of see if we're in the right ballpark here. 3.8 minus 2.6 equals times 3. So about 40, 45 miles out. 13, oh yeah. So by gerbil, we'll be just about at top of descent. I'm checking something here on my Twitch channel. Okay. What do we got here from the Manny? Okay. So we got a couple of emotes. All right. Oh, are we in a cloud again? Oh, we're on top. On top of the haze as we get close to the equal time point. Just stopping by before work. Got you there, sir. Thank you so much. Always appreciate you coming in. Wish we could stream more, but you know, it is kind of what it is. I can only stream when I'm available, and lately, time is beginning to dwindle. It should be getting more and more as I get older, but it's getting less and less. So, but hey, thanks for stopping by. We sure appreciate it. Hope work goes well for you. Be safe. We're just cruising along. For the most part, random times. I try to stream Mondays and Fridays for sure. Try to kick off at 11 Central U.S. time. And still run into troubles with that. But yeah, we do try for Monday and Friday. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday I work, and Saturday I work. Sunday we try to sneak one in, but sometimes plans change right in the midst, like yesterday. So we have to, you know, alter. But no, I've been out there quite a bit. You can check out the nearly 900 something videos on YouTube. We've been kicking them out with every flight, and we'll kind of stagger them so they're not bunched together. So, but I do need to clean out that, so it just seems like too much. So, all right, we're at the equal time point, so anything that happens now will most likely continue to Dallas. If it's serious, of course, we'll look for something closer. Speaking of which, Have a good night there, Manny. Hope you have a good day at work. Thanks for the alert, too. All right, just working out some things here, trying to figure where it can set Spotify up at a decent level. Let it run in the background as we got another 30 minutes or so. Should be starting to top a descent, not too far away. KLAWW is the beginning of the arrival, so we're about 130 miles out. All right, we are still with you. As we draw closer and closer to the top of descent, we are now 90 miles out. So let's start thinking through what we have for an approach in Dallas. All right. Wait a minute. There's a real one up. Wait a minute. Why is there... Hang on. Oh, I know why. That's my bad. All right, so we're going to plan 18 right. 18 right wins. Let's do a reset. 2053, 2053. So we should see 210 at 4, 32, 30, odd. And that all looks good. Dry runway. So about 4,200 feet of the runway if we touch down right, and we can exit. Cool. All right, so now let's get the McDo in here. .00, temperature 32. All right, and the wind 210. One eight right. Pretty sure it's going to be 200. It is. Oh, that's set up for full. I was trying to figure out, why is it saying config 3? That's if I click it. Some reason that caught me off guard. Okay, so our approach speed about 125, touchdown about 120. Got it. Oh, wow. It's working again. Okay. Wow, we'll go ahead and run with that one for a little bit. Okay, I haven't utilized this overlay in a little bit. I need to see if there's a better one that I don't have to maybe pay for, or improve this somehow. All right, let me look at this arrival. Okay, landing elevation auto. Okay, McDo performance in, flight plan wins updated, arrival updated. We're inbound and we didn't start the timer. Oh well. We have a timer running. No worries. Called a log. So again, hope you've had a great day here on Flying with Mike. First flight out of Frankfurt. Great job they did there, even though they gave me a different departure. And then Austria. Also, well, they had already given me a different runway than the winds. And I get it. In the real world, they would use one runway for takeoff, one runway for landing. Lambert does it there in St. Louis. DFW does it with multiple runways, as does Chicago and all the big airports, even Frankfurt. 1.8 is meant for takeoffs, unless your performance just cannot take the... and sometimes they're pretty incredible winds on that runway that they try to use. But they still have 3 other runways that they try to make very good use of. So I get it. It just stinks when you're using a device that you can only input by fixed names and not airways and SID and star names. But guess what? That's how life used to be in aviation. So suck it up, Buttercup. And for those curious, we have been in a descent. Let's see here. Go ahead and throw my prediction out there. If you're wanting to get in that, it's exclamation mark the word predict space. Make sure to use a negative number. So put a minus sign out there in front, or you could very well miss out. Now, there's no prizes given away. It's just a look at what you were able to do, because I don't know how this landing will go. We had a go around in Vienna, so you never know. All right, we're gonna take some liberty here and go direct Zeeman. Cut off a little bit of this arrival so we can get in and get on the ground. Just realized the time on the clock and we need to hurry it. All right, we're gonna back off the steepness of this descent. Part of me think is going direct to the ILS. We'll get this thing down a little further. Let's get our current 2997 is what we'll be putting in at 18,000. And we're going to be going direct Eichmann here in a minute. I want to get down a little further. Okay, so let's go direct to the ILS. Okay, that's perfect. 5,000 for there, and then we'll be good. All right, we're headed direct for the airport now. Let's go ahead and plan that. Get the LS constraints on. Double check 11.9. And we're going to go to the D Delta Concourse right into a gate. Flight attendants, take your seats for landing. All right, we're going to hold the music as we're about 30 miles from the ILS. Okay, down to 4,000. Gets us a little closer and right on the glide path. All right. So let's get through 12,000 here. We'll get the lights off at 10, or lights on at 10, and prepare for the approach. Yeah, I had a feeling SimBrief routed us the long way. I'm going to have to go back and see what the outer route was. All right, lights on. All right, we're slowing this pig down, or piglet, I should say. All right, let's ease off on the dive. Just waiting for the localizer, and then we're headed straight in, and we're going to find a gate real quick. They must not have liked what I did. Approach American 1363 with you, about to join the localizer 18 right.
1363, Lone Star approach radar contact 20 miles north of the DFW airport. Airfield's 20 miles at your 1 o'clock. Report field in sight.
We'll report field in sight, American 1363.
American 1363, maintain present. Heading, join the localizer. Track the localizer inbound. Call the field when you see it.
Okay, maintain current heading, intercept the localizer, we'll call the field in sight. American 1363. Part of me wants to say I see it, but I always get tricked here. And approach American 1363 has the field in sight.
American 1363 cleared for the visual runway 18 right.
Cleared visual 18 right, American 1363.
And 1363, DFW altimeter 29097, winds 19007, 18 right, cleared to land.
And cleared to land 18 right, American 1363. Thanks. Okay, we're at 4,000 feet. I'm going to go ahead and put down flaps 1. Try and use as much of this level flight as possible to get slowed up. Whoops, oversped the flaps. Gear coming down. All right, flaps 3, distance 10 miles out, just about fully configured. Okay, we are lined up, landing, stable.
I said American 1659.
Mix 1659 Lone Star approach. Radar contact over Boov. Maintain 10,000. Expect a visual 18 right.
Alright, maintain 10, we'll hold, let me set up for 18 right, I'll give you a call back.
Welcome to Dallas. And Lone Star approach, American 1363 off at Echo 3 for Delta 22.
American 1363, welcome to DFW. Make your next left turn, cross 18 left, straight into the Delta terminal.
Nice landing.
Next left into the Delta terminal for American 1363. We'll cross 18 left. Well, thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you very much. I didn't even see the numbers. Oh, geez, now I did. Nice getting back in planes I'm a whole lot more familiar with.
Alright, American 1659, are we ready for the vectors and descent for 18 right?
Mix 1659, flighting 020, vectors 2 final. Just maintain 10 for now.
Alright, just maintain 10 for now and left turn 020 American 1065.
All right. Well, I hope y'all enjoyed that. That was a fun flight from St. Louis. Get some lights off here. All right. We're just waiting on the APU. All right, let's swing over here, grab the chocks here as quick as we can. Oh, the airline got us at 45 feet per minute. Oh, man. We'll have to take a look at that in a few minutes. All right, we're in. How about that? We are in. All right, that was definitely a fun flight. Let's just get out here, take a look, put the jetway in. Oh, we got to turn things off. Seat belts, beacon, wing lights, fuel pumps. All right, we're in. Let's take a look at what some of the trackers got us at real quick. Elevatech will lead it off like always. "43 feet a minute." You guys see that right under the plane? 128 1.1 G. That's how we end a day. I wish I could do that every day. Some toolkit, and I felt like we were right on the center line too. "131 feet a minute, 127 knots, so that all jiving up pretty decent.
Approach American 1659.
Good, sir.
I just thought I lost you for a minute. All right.
1857 down the runway, 1,857 feet, 9 feet off center. I'm not going to complain, especially with numbers like that. All right, well, folks, I hate to do this, but I do need to get going somewhere. This was an incredible, great day of flying again. And hang on a second. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your Monday. And we'll be back at it for sure Friday, maybe during the week. So for now, I hope you all have a wonderful day. Checking American out on the PIREP side. I got 210 points out of it. That's nice. So cool. I didn't blow it anywhere. How about that? That's been a while too. So y'all have a fantastic Monday. God bless you all. And we will be back at it on Friday. See you then.